Hello friends, welcome to my channel GoDigit. Today in this video we will learn about the JSON file. So as we all know that future is JSON, and JSON is something which is you can understand it when you create a new program in the AL language, that every time you create a new project you will be greeted with this launch.json file and app.json file, right? So when we look up at this file, we can understand that this is something like the format of the JSON file. Okay, and it basically nowadays use heavily with every technology to read and write the data. Okay, so because as we all know that in the A language we have a native support to handle the JSON files. So in today's video we are gonna see how to write the data in the JSON file, or how to create a new JSON file and write the data into it. Okay, so uh, the view will remain like same, which we can see in the launch.json file. Okay, so let's start and create one new JSON file. So this is my blank AL file, and here we will create one code unit, and I'll, let's say, name this code unit as JSON write. Okay, and in the on run procedure, let me add one variable. So the very first thing is, when we look up at this JSON file, uh, we understand that data actually lies within the braces. Okay, and not only the braces, we can have we can see that this big bracket also. So whatever the values you are seeing in this braces uh, are actually a part of this big bracket, and thus we can consider it as an array of configurations. Okay, so uh, this shows that in JSON not only we have this separate object, but we have the concept of array also. Okay, so let's have this thing in the mind and start initiating the variables. So the very first variable which we have to write here is JSON object data type variable. So as you can see, when you type JSON, you are presented with these four data types which are related to array or JSON, sorry. So we have JSON array, JSON object, JSON token, and JSON value. So as I showed you in the launch.json file about what exactly the JSON object and what exactly the JSON array. So in today's video, to write the data, we will use these two data types. And in the next video, we will understand the concept of JSON token and the JSON value while reading the data from the JSON file. Okay, so the very first thing is that we must have to select this JSON object data type. Okay, so because I want to create a JSON file and write the data into it, so I need the objects. So that's why I take the JSON object data type variable. Now one more thing is that I want arrays also, because we have seen that to prepare such sort of file we need array also. So let's create one variable of JSON array. So right now that's enough with me. Let's create one more variable of record data type, which is of customer. so that we can prepare a file which will be having the customer table data. Okay, so that we can relate it more with the Business Central, that how to write the table information in the JSON file. So let's begin with that. First thing is we have to select object, and when you see that what are the functions available in this object, we can press Ctrl Shift C or Ctrl Shift space, or as soon as you place a dot, you will be presented with all the functions which are available against this JSON object. So we have this add, as token, clone, contains, and everything, and each function is having its own importance. But the very first function which we must have to use in order to write the data in the JSON file is add function. So select this, and now press Ctrl Shift space, and now you can see that this is an overload function, and it has 16 different definitions with different parameters, or 16 different parameterized functions. Okay, so like if we see the parameter, we have like first variable is text, second one is JSON token. So this means this function can take JSON token also, it can take JSON object also, it can take JSON value also, JSON array also, boolean, char, byte, option, and almost every data type which stores the data in our Business Central table. So because uh, we want the customer data in our JSON file, so very first thing is that I need to initiate the text. So text is something, this one, like as you can see, this version is basically the text, and the value against this version text is 0.2.0. So right now I'm typing this one. So here I have typed the text, that number, and against number, what value I want? I want customer dot number. Okay. But before that, I must have to get some customer information. So let's say I type this. So now we will have the customer data of 10,000. All right. So this is having, after writing this line, we have successfully added this kind of thing. Okay, we have added this bracket, and we have added this first line or first object. Same, now I want to add the name also. Dot name. Okay, so now we are having number and name in my JSON file. But now as we know that customer is having the data based on different categories. So first category is address, second category is posting group, and so on. Okay, and thus I don't want to write write one by one every information of the customer, but I want to group my data in my JSON file. So just like in this launch.json file, they have grouped this information under the configuration, and it is an array. So we will also use the same concept in our file. So first thing is, because this version is a part of JSON, or is a part of this parent braces. Okay, and whatever the values we are seeing under the configuration, it is under the child braces. Okay, so that you can understand that this is the parent brace and this is the child braces. So that means I need to define second object as JSON object, and also we can define Okay, we already have defined the array, so no need to define again. So let's add second object dot add as address and cust dot address. Then second object dot add is city cust dot city. Okay, second object dot add country cust dot country. Okay, so this means that we have defined this value, this one, but still we have not defined that under which category we are gonna define all these values. Okay, so configuration is the category where all these values lies. So in the same manner, I want an address category or correspondence category under which I want to define all these second objects data as an array. Okay, so we know that we have already defined one array object here. So let's make a use of it. When you type array and place dot, you will find the same sort of functions which we have used against the JSON object data type. So obviously, because we want to add my second object data under the uh, array category, so I will use this function as add. And when you press Ctrl Shift space, you can see that it takes almost like it also have the 16 different definition with different parameters. So but it has only one parameter. We can see from here: JSON token, JSON array, JSON object. So as we can see that it takes the JSON object also as a parameter. So what we can do here, I will add second object as the parameter in the array. So with this, we have successfully done this part, right? But after doing so, we still need some more information. We need to do something more. And what it is that we under this file, as we can see, that configuration category is a part of the main braces, main object. So although we have defined an array and added the second object in this array, but we nowhere have defined that this array is a part of which object. So now the next line which we have to write is that object dot add, and as we can see from this that it takes JSON array also in the parameter. So the first thing is text and second thing is JSON array. So same thing we're gonna do here. Let me write the text which is same like this configuration, and here place comma and add this array. So now our work is completed and we have successfully added my second object, my array, in my parent object. All right, so this is how we can create the data in the JSON file or write the data in the JSON file. Just for your reference, let us create one more category in my JSON file. So for that, let me add third object as JSON object and second array as JSON array, and now write third object dot add uh, glue, let's say general business posting group, and we have cus dot general business posting group. Third object dot add customer posting group, and we have cust dot customer posting group. So we have added these two information. Now add all these two information in an array. So we have this second array dot add as third object, and let me add this as posting group category, second array. All right. So this is it, what we need to actually do to create this or to write the data in the JSON file. Now, second task is how we can download this, whatever we have write this in this file. Let's download the file and see that what values are coming up in that file. So for that, let me add a comment that download the data in the file. Okay, download the JSON file basically. So for this we need to add a few more data types. So very first one is temp blob code unit. Guys, I'm using the SaaS version of the Business Central, and in the SaaS version the file management code unit and the functions inside that file management actually does not work, and thus for the SaaS we have to write or we have to tweak the file functions a little bit, just like we are used to in doing the on-premise version of the Business Central. So we have one code unit called temp blob, and we need to add some in-stream object and out-stream object. I hope we all know and we all understand the concept of in-stream and out-stream, that in-stream is to read the data and out-stream is to write the data. Okay, whenever we need to create or download or upload the file from our file system. Okay, so with this I think we have almost done, but let's say create one few text data types, text file name, and let's say result, which is text also. So let's provide the file name as customer.json. okay, so after this, because my object is now complete, my main object is now complete, and it has or it contains all the data which we wanted to add. So next thing is that because we want to create a file out of it and download that file, so we need to write all that information which is available in this JSON object in a outstream. So we have this function write to, and when you press Ctrl Shift space, you can see that it has two different parameters against, or it's a method overloading category function. So the first parameter or the first definition is that it contains one parameter as of text data type, and the second definition says that it contains or it can take the parameter of outstream. Okay, so the outstream object to which the JSON data will be written. So it's time to write the information available in the object or in the JSON object in my outstream. But before that, we need to initialize my outstream. So we will make the use of our temp-lom code unit, where we will initialize both my in-stream object and my outstream object. Okay, so now we have successfully write the data available in my JSON object to my outstream. So let's write the outstream, and from outstream writes the text to an outstream object. So it takes the text parameter, so as the definition goes, writes the text to an outstream object. Okay, so now we are having the data, whatever the data which we have streamed in this outstream data type, we are now writing the same in the outstream object to this line. Okay, so after having the data in this, let's because we need to download the file, so we have one function download from stream, and it has, or it takes the parameter of in stream. So we now understand from this function that we need the in stream data type to download the data in a file. So what we need to do is, we need to write in stream dot read text, and this is the function we will use to read the text from the in stream object. And it takes the text variable, and we know that we have successfully added my outstream object data through this text data type. So I will use this result data type in my in-stream, and thus my in-stream is now having my data which I can download. So let's add the parameters which it takes. So first press Ctrl Shift Space and then start writing the functions or parameters. So first parameter is this, second parameter is dialog title. So my dialog title is download JSON data. And the other parameters are to folder and to filter, but because I'm running the SAS version, so my SAS version cannot access my local file system, so I will keep all this as blank, these two as blank. So let's write it blank, blank, and the last parameter is to file. So it actually takes the file name against which that all the data will be written and download. So let's write this parameter as file name, which we have taken before. So that's it. Now my parameter is successfully, we have successfully added all the parameters which are the requirement of the download from stream function. All right. And in this manner, I think everything is completed. And now as you can see that we have already created our JSON file, and also write the code on how to download that file in our local file system. So after this, it's time to call this code unit function from a page. Okay, so I have already created a page before, and this page is already having only one action, which is create JSON, and it does not contain any field or any source table information. Okay, so that's why I have mentioned the properties like that: insert allowed false, modified allowed false, delete allowed false. Okay, because it is having only one function. So let's open up this code and press Ctrl Shift K to uncomment the lines and open this variable JSON testing. So what we have done in this action is that we have added our code unit, add to label, and then in the code we have provided that if user confirmed, then only this function gets run, otherwise not. Okay, so that's a very simple function which we have write, against which we call our code unit function. So now it's time to run this and see the output. So first let's me download the symbol. So guys, I hope now you have already understood the concept of how to write the data in the JSON file, how to create the JSON file, and how to download the JSON file. Okay, so it is up to you now that what else you can do to play with the JSON file. So our symbols have now successfully downloaded. Let's run this. Press Ctrl F5. I'm sorry, I've not built the project, so let me build the project first. Control Shift B, and my package is created. Now press Ctrl F5. And as we can see that the caption which I have added for my page is JSON sample. So we will find our page with this caption, JSON sample. So here it is, my page. Click on it, and as you can see, it's a complete blank page and it does not have any field available. It only have one function, which is download sample JSON. So click on it, and it is asking me that do you want to download the JSON file. If I say no, then it gives me a message that no problem, try next time. But if I want to download, then click yes, and it has downloaded the JSON file for me. Let's see the file, and see, this is the JSON file which we have created for us, and it is similar like our launch.json. Okay, so let me show you, like if I try to make the format like this. So as you can see, or if I format a document, okay, I need to configure this. So let's do it manually. City, country, that's it. Here my array finishes, then new array start. Here it is. Here it is. So this is my second array, and this is my first array. So as you can see that this is our JSON file which has been downloaded by what we have written in our code. So the first thing is number and name. Then we have added one category of correspondence, and it was of array based. So that is why these big brackets. And in this array we have defined three objects, one of address, city and country. And then we have defined a second category that also part of an array, and as a posting group category it has general business posting group and customer posting group, and all these are the part of this main braces. So this is how we can actually create the JSON file, write the data in the JSON file, and download the data or download the file. So I hope now you have understood the basic concept of JSON in the AL and how to deal it with it. In the second video next week, what I'm thinking is that we will read the data from the JSON file, but by not creating the JSON file manually in our local file system. But what we will do, we will call a public API, and from that public API we will pick one JSON file and then read the data from that JSON file and write that data or store that data in our business central table. Okay, so this will be the topic of our next video. So till then, stay tuned and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.